All right, well, here's another update. I've got a lot of feedback and was told to speed it up a bit. So let's do that. As of today, there are 115,000 deaths in the world from COVID-19. And if we look at today, we can see there have been 1,500 new. It looks like we might be, the number of new daily cases seems to be peaking. Our curve may be flattening, and our number of days it takes to double our own United States death rate, which is at 22,000, is now 6 days. And last week it was 4 days, so that is improvement. 2 weeks ago, that's where we were, the United States. Last week, the United States had shot up here. And now today, the United States has really overtaken everyone in terms of the number of deaths. But we do see it starting to curve. And that's good. This is the places from the New York Times where there are statewide orders or orders to shut down. And if we overlay that map with the hotspots, we can see that some of those places are about to experience some increasing growth. The darker the orange here, the more growth occurring in that area. And if we look at the trajectory of deaths, we see some interesting stuff. First of all, this is looking at China on a logarithmic curve. And as the number goes down there, that's improvement. We see Italy, Iran, Spain taking off, and then US shooting up, more deaths than any other country right now. And one of the interesting things is that wherever you see those red dots dropping down from the main line are all dropping or leveling of the curve, a drop of death rate. That's all excellent sign pretty much across the world. So just quick update. This morning I saw a study on chloroquine was stopped prematurely because of the increased risk of heart problems, and I think that's the need for science. So we'll see what's happening with science, but there's a lot of exciting things going on, especially with relation to antibodies, both for testing. So we'll be able to do a finger stick and check to see whether you have antibodies to show that you have had COVID. Generally, antibodies develop over a period of time. IgG will develop over, well, 4 to 6 weeks. IgM develops over 1 to 2 weeks, and the C there is for control. And then monoclonal antibodies, I think, will turn out to be the short-term fix for us, as we can probably inject into everybody in some short order a 3 to 6 month supply of antibodies to reduce our risk of COVID and maybe get us out of here sooner. There's also the technology where phones could be used and adapted, and essentially for rapid tracing of people who are positive or sick, you can go through their phone and look at anonymous data and figure out who has been within 6 feet of this person for more than 10 minutes or so. And just a final note on the pandemic, Isaac Newton was in college when a pandemic hit there, and he had to go home and took a year off basically to work from home, and that's where some of his greatest experiments happened, from the concept of gravity, force equals ma, as well as his research into the spectrum of light that really began the whole understanding of light waves. So there's a lot that can be done during this change in our life. In the meantime, stay home. Don't get complacent. I know it sounds that way. There are new arguments coming on about opening the country. Let's not get complacent. Let's minimize our trips to the stores. If you get infected now, you are one of the problem, not one of the solution. So hold tight. Another week or so, I think we're going to have some good news about how we're going to get tested and what a plan would be to start opening the country very slowly. Again, be mindful and loving of others. Be the person you want to be during this crisis. And if you have questions, feel free to call me. All right. Hope that was short enough. Talk to you later.